It wasn't Bumble or Tinder that made a match for these millennials. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry actually met in kind of an old school way.
What?
Through a friend. Yeah, people actually still meet that way. They were set up on a blind date in the summer of 2016, and although they didn't know much about each other beforehand, Meghan only cared about one thing.
I had one question. I said, well, is he nice?
Is he? Every girl's out here looking at her best friend like, where's my prince? Anyway, their first date went so well that, actually, let's let Harry tell you.
We met once and then twice back to back, 2 dates in London.
Okay, what are the odds that they just went out for a pint of beer and some fish and chips? I mean, it's possible. In November of 2016, Harry finally confirmed that he was dating Meghan in a statement from Kensington Palace. He even defended her against all the haters out there. Go ahead, Harry. In early 2017, things were really heating up for Meghan and Harry. In March, they went to a friend's wedding in Jamaica, and then in May, Harry took Meghan as his date to Pippa's wedding reception. Okay, now you know things are getting serious when you bring your boo around friends and family, especially at a wedding. Okay, let's fast forward to September of 2017. Meghan and Harry finally made their first official appearance together, and it was at the opening ceremony of the Invictus Games in Toronto. By November of 2017, Meghan had quit her job at Suits. She flew to London and then moved into Kensington Palace to live with Prince Harry. Lucy, you got some explaining to do. But after a week of intense speculation, the couple finally announced their engagement on November 27th.
Just an amazing surprise. It was so sweet and natural and very romantic.
Now, we all know the final stop to this beautiful love story, and I don't know about you, but I seriously can't wait. Royal weddings are filled with time-honored traditions that have been passed down for generations. And a little birdie told me that you guys at home are royal wedding buffs. So I want to test your knowledge of some royal wedding traditions that could show up on the big day. So cake. It's a pretty big deal at any wedding. It's kind of the centerpiece. Do you know what the traditional wedding cake flavor is for a royal wedding? You got 3 options: vanilla sponge, fruit cake, or red velvet cake. What do you think? It's fruitcake. A lot of people would not think that, but it's a tradition that's been passed on for years in the royal family, and I hear it's kind of tasty. The British seem to love hats, especially fancy hats, but nobody wants to upstage the bride on her special day. So here's the question: true or false? All women going to a royal wedding must wear a hat. The answer is true. Usually you see these types of hats. They're called fascinators, and it's based off of a little baby hat with then tons of decorations piled on top of it, and it usually matches the woman's dress. In America, we're used to receiving a letter from the bride after the wedding thanking us for coming. But what do royals send to their guests after their big day? 3 options: a thank you card, or a brooch for women and cufflinks for men, or 3, a piece of the wedding cake. You actually get a piece of wedding cake sent directly to your house. Wedding invitations are kind of a big deal, and by this time, everyone should have gotten one, right? But who is responsible for sending out the invitations in the first place? The maid of honor, the bride and groom-to-be, or the queen? The bride and groom-to-be are busy doing other things. It's the queen who sends out the invitations. Flowers really paint a picture in the wedding. They set the theme, but what's one flower that every royal bride has had in their bouquet? Honeysuckle, myrtle, or primrose? It's actually myrtle that is the flower used in all of the royal wedding bouquets. Oh my God, you guys are amazing. I knew you were royal wedding buffs. They told me, but I'm really impressed. Ta-ta for now. Meet Soleil Britz and Lawrence Mason. They're getting married on May 19th, 2018 at 12 o'clock noon. That's this Saturday, the same exact time as Meghan and Prince Harry. But they didn't plan it that way.
We just wanted to get married in a barn, so we just Googled barn weddings in London or around London area.
They settled on Tudor Barn in Burnham, just 20 minutes away from Windsor Castle.
It was an ideal location, and it was one of the most stunning places that we'd gone to see. Like, it's a really beautiful, beautiful place.
It is.
Yeah, we were both pretty sold on it.
They got engaged in September, settled on the date, time and venue in October, which was more than a month before Meghan and Harry announced their engagement.
Lauren's parents messaged us
Yeah.
on the day when they announced it, and we were just like so surprised, and we thought it was hilarious.
They didn't realize it would be an issue right away.
I don't think it quite sunk in like what that meant. We were like, that's really funny. And then we were like, oh, it's 20 minutes away.
Like, this could be a situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Parking suspensions and blocked streets around the procession route are going to cause major traffic problems for all of their wedding guests from Thursday until after the evening of their wedding. So that means people traveling from Ireland and all over England to celebrate their big day will likely be stuck in major traffic.
I think there's an estimated 100,000 people that are meant to come into the area, which is quite a lot for such a small area. So we've been like looking up all the roads that are going to be closed and kind of sent links out to friends to say, avoid these roads, don't go this way.
Right.
You're going to get trapped and turn up 3 hours late.
In an attempt to solve the problem from the top, Soleil's mom wrote a letter to the Queen asking for help.
I thought it was really funny, but like it's typical of my parents trying to like just get involved as well, because they're so excited about it all.
Everyone loves a good old-fashioned fairy tale love story, so I'm sure they're going to tune in to see a beautiful bride marry a real-life prince. But first, here's what we know. Rachel Meghan Markle and Henry Charles Albert David, or Prince Harry, as we like to call him, will say I do in front of hundreds of guests. And I mean hundreds. This Saturday at noon. In England. So by my calculations, that's about 4 a.m. our time. Psst, not a problem. I'm up at that time anyway. At 1 p.m., the couple will leave Windsor Castle for about a 2-mile procession through the town of Windsor. The couple and guests will then attend a reception hosted by the Queen. In St. George's Chapel at Windsor Castle. Ooh. Because Harry found himself a ride or die. And I'm here for it. Now let's get to the good stuff. Florist Philippa Craddock will be in charge of the flowers for the event, and we already know that there will be myrtle in Meghan's bouquet, but we also heard that she loves peonies. They're her favorite flower, which is perfect because they're also in season. Meghan and Harry will have a non-traditional cake.
Really? No fruitcake?
No. Instead, guests will have lemon elderflower cake with buttercream icing. Sounds pretty good. The cake will be made by pastry chef Claire Patak. You already know who the best man is going to be. Duh. As for the music, the couple will have choirs, orchestras, trumpeters, all sorts of ensembles. I mean, even J-Lo. I mean, okay, she's not going to be there, but it would be pretty cool, right? Now, there are rumors that musicians like Elton John and the Spice Girls will be performing at the evening reception, but Kensington Palace isn't saying a word. Like, not one word. Like crickets. Lastly, the wedding dress. Now, we won't know what Meghan's dress will look like before the big day, but people have their money on designer couple Ralph and Russo. Fun fact, they were the couple behind Meghan's engagement dress. All right, guys, thanks for tagging along with us on this royal week. It's been a lot of fun. Until next time, ciao. The 2018 buzzword is self-care, from indulging in weekly face masks to taking solo vacations in order to recenter. Well, Meghan doesn't have that luxury anymore because as a royal, traveling solo is a no-no. And since her engagement to Harry, Meghan has been assigned royal protection officers. And everywhere she goes, they go.
Say what?
Mm-hmm. I know what you're thinking. Yes, the honeymoon too. I mean, they'll definitely have time to enjoy that. But they're still gonna have protection 24/7. Okay, so Meghan was used to signing autographs during her years as an actress, right? Well, royals aren't allowed to give out their autographs for fear of having their signature forged. So no more autographs and no more acting. Meghan gave up her role on Suits last year. Aww. But I really liked her on Suits. Just in case you thought she was really bummed out about it, she wasn't.
I don't see it as giving anything up. I just see it as a change.
It's a new challenge.
It's a new chapter.
Here in America, voting season is underway, but we can definitely bank on Meghan not casting a vote anytime soon. Or actually, ever. It's not prohibited by law, but it's considered unconstitutional for the members of the royal family to vote. This might be an adjustment for Meghan because she's definitely been vocal about her political views in the past. Okay, so notice anything different about these two pictures? I mean, besides the location, look very closely. Ding, 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 ding. Meghan is wearing stockings in the picture on the right. This is a fashion must for Queen Elizabeth. The royal ladies have to wear skin-colored stockings. Ew. Now, maybe Meghan didn't know that for her engagement photo shoot, but she has certainly stepped into formation since then. Because you know, when it comes to that, the Queen does not play. She doesn't play, y'all. Anyway, join us tomorrow as we fill you in on everything that we know so far about the wedding of the year. Until then, I'm gonna work on my Queen wave.